how did your day go today, and what did you guys figure out that might help you in qualifying tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, got to try the red tires, which actually aren't that different from the black speed-wise. Only a quarter of a second, maybe, 0.3. But yeah, it's a tough track to get the balance right. The grip levels are so different all the way around. You got some bumpy areas with no grip, and bumpy areas with grip, and then completely smooth areas. It's something else. So very tough to get it all right.
You have 2 poles here and also 3 wins, which is the most of any active driver on the field this year. What is it about this track that just suits your style so well, would you say?
It's just that I've been here enough times to have racked up some wins, really. It's not anything special I do around here. Yeah, it's just your typical street course. And yeah, none of the wins are the same, and I did not do the same thing or the same setup or anything for each of them. Different every year. You just got to really roll with the punches and be on your toes.
We'll open up for questions for Will, starting with Norris.
Will, you mentioned that you have bumpy sections with grip, bumpy sections without grip. Does that change during the session, or can you kind of commit that to memory so that you can put together a fast lap?
Yeah. Yeah, it actually does change as the track, as you can see, it just gets blacker and blacker as the rubber goes down, which just means grip. So the track progresses the whole weekend. Yes, it changes. You know, it's just a slow progression, so you move with it pretty easily.
Bruce?
With the way the track is, the lack of grip, the slipperiness, does this kind of remind you a little bit of like, when you were a kid taking a car out on an old dirt road and fishtailing it, or your piece out the action.
Yeah, there's definitely some times that your car's doing that. If it is, you definitely need to make a change. But the last section's a bit like that. You got some cement patches and off camber areas, and a very daunting last corner to get right. It's kind of opened up this year, so it's a little bit faster. Yeah.
But what parts of the track get your most attention when you feel the grip?
Yeah, probably turn 9, 10. There's turn 9 in particular goes from a lot of grip to absolutely nothing.
Is that concrete?
There is smooth concrete. Yeah.
Other questions? Ryan, and we have located our wireless microphone. If we can start here, right up here up front. Thank you.
Well, there was a couple changes to the track this year. Have you noticed them at all, or is it quite similar to last year?
Turn 8 is that whole stretch is just really nice, really nice, smooth braking. That's the biggest change. The rest is very similar.
David?
Have you found that you're having to compromise your line, the ideal racing line, a lot because the bumps are exactly where you least need them to be?
Yes, in turn 1, depending on the wind direction, you have to avoid the bumps at times. Today you got a tailwind, so you don't bottom as hard. I'm not sure anyone else picked that up in the paddock, but I noticed that if you got a headwind, you get a bottom harder. Tailwind, not as much.
Patrick?
I'm always looking.
So, Will, you're talking about how hard you're bottoming there. Is that the compromise for this track? With it being smooth for most of the circuit, except for from 8 to 1, is that the compromise? Because you could go faster the rest of that track if you didn't have to be so off the ground.
Yes,
the first part.
That's true. That is a compromise. Yes.
And how long has that discussion been with your crew on fixing that?
We found the limit today, kinda. Yeah. I mean, it's if they resurface the front stretch, it would be such a nice track. That's the only one left now. It's all up to that hotel here. It's been getting built for so many years, but that would make this track really nice.